Hello, my lovely YouTube family, and welcome. Today we are doing Halloween in July. I know it's the ending of July, but better late than never. And we're looking at what prominent energies are awaiting you in the future here. What will happen with love, career, success, happiness, blah, blah, blah. You know, we'll see what comes up here in the cards. I love doing readings like this because you never know what you might find. So as you can see, we have three groups set up here. We have group 1, group 2, and group 3. Please do remember that this is a general reading and not a personal one, okay? So if you would like a personal reading, you can head over to my Patreon. The link to that is in the drop-down box below. Make sure to read all the instructions and everything there. But I do all kinds of readings over there. So if you're interested, that's where you can head over. So remember, like, not everything might resonate for you, but just take what does, leave the rest. If you feel called to listen to more than one group today, obviously there's a reason for that. So don't judge yourself or feel pressure like that you can't pick more than one or whatever. You do you, honey. You have to listen to your gut and intuition with this, okay? So we have group 1, group 2, and group 3. Go ahead and select whichever group is calling to you, and let's get started. Those of you who chose group 1 with the death mask and the crows, this one is for you. Let's go ahead. I have a few cards here. I'm hoping these won't get in the way. So let's see what's going on for you guys. So the overall energy that is coming here, especially around the time of Halloween, is the Temperance card, Sagittarius energy, okay? Which this is all about moderation and balance, having temperance in your life, okay? We have Baba Yaga, who is depicted here on this particular card. But there is definitely a need for balance. This is also pure alchemy at work. So I do feel like that there could be some pretty exciting changes here in the future. Oh, yes, we do. We have Scorpio energy. So I definitely feel that around the time of Scorpio season, like the shift between Scorpio, definitely November. Okay. Like, Dia de los Muertos, at the beginning of, like right after Halloween, like the 1st of November, like anything after that, like definitely starting with Samhain, Halloween, and then going on from there is going to be very prominent time period for many of you. We have the 7 of Wands. Wow. We have the 3 of Swords, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Before I keep going, I'm going to put the rest of these down. We have Black Cat and we have Caduceus. You will receive news from afar. All right. What I'm seeing here with the 7 of Wands and the 3 of Swords, and then we have this Knight of Pentacles coming in. Do I feel like, oh, you're going to have heartbreak or whatever? No, I really don't. It's more like you're kind of getting over it by this time, or there is some kind of transformation here, a release that's going to happen at the end of Scorpio season that is moving into Sagittarius season that is going to definitely heal some sort of pain and heartbreak. And I feel like that there's somebody special coming in, which is very much this Knight of Pentacles energy, which this is somebody who's a really good person. They're like, I feel like they're a very good guy. Okay. They're very like grounded, very chill. They make calculated risks. They're not extreme, they're super chill, which is very fucking nice. And I feel like that this is somebody who is totally the opposite of what you're used to. So because of some kind of pain or heartache that has happened in the past, you're automatically on the defensive, okay? But also with the 7 of Wands and the Death card, I feel like that there's definitely some action being taken on healing heartache, heartbreak. You're getting past some kind of bump in the road, and you're going to be plowing forth. I just feel like you're going to be feeling good, but it's like there is definitely the death of the ending of this pain phase, I guess you could say, with these 2 cards. And we have the Black Cat, and then we have the Caduceus, which you will receive news from afar. And whenever I think of the Caduceus, obviously I think of high ceremonial magic, Hermes, hermetics, I also think of healing. So that's why I'm like not feeling like, oh, you're headed for heartbreak. I'm not one of these doom and gloom kind of tarot reader bitches. So I don't go there. If I see it though, and I feel it, I will say it. I am going to say though, legit, whenever this card comes up, I always warn people about taking care of their cardiovascular health. And, you know, straight up, could there be the passing of somebody from one's life at this time? Yeah, but I almost feel like I'm not getting that icky vibe here. You know what I mean? I'm feeling that this is one of these kind of situations. I also feel like that you have an angel around you, because the Temperance card is always depicting an angel. And there's some speculation and some controversy. I don't want to say controversy, but debate as to what angel is depicted within the Temperance card. Everybody has their own point of view. I don't give a flying fuck, honestly. The fact is, it's a fucking angel, and it's an archangel, and it's covering your ass and looking out for you. And I do get the sense of that you do have guardian, you know, energy around you at this time. And by the way, since this is when the veil is very thin at this particular time, it's being lifted, I get the sense that there could be some contact from an ancestor or relative who has passed over. They could have even passed over via, you know, heart issues or heart attack, who will come to you in a vision or a dream or something like this. And they're going to be telling you, you know, that they love you, that it's okay, everything's going to work out great. And there is definitely someone special coming your way, okay? Now, you know, it doesn't matter if this is romance or friendship. It doesn't matter. This person is going to make a great change in your life. I also get the sense that there is a need to, I feel like this is like with it, they're going to bring some kind of wisdom about balancing anything that has to do with the material realm of things. They could have some very good advice for you. I don't know. I'm just getting so many messages here, especially from, you know, him. And the black cat, by the way, is never a unlucky thing. That was something that was brought about when there was a shift in the powers that be with patriarchal society. Which is what, you know, by the way, when everybody started, you know, hating on cats and killing them off during the Middle Ages, that's why the Black Death happened, which, by the way, is still around, by the way. They just had some cases of it in Colorado. It still exists. And the reason why it spread so quickly through Europe is because they were murdering all the cats because they were witches and evil. Ooh, you know, fucking douchebags. Well, that was their own demise. See, this is the karma you get for being a shithead. For murdering innocent animals that did nothing to you except protect you and keep you from fucking disease and rodents infesting your fucking shit. So, yeah. So black cats have always, before that happened, before the, you know, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to get into it, okay? Black cats were actually a sign of good luck. Okay, cats in general have always been revered because they are pest control, okay? Dogs can do this too, especially terriers. That's why they're called a terrier. They often dig up vermin and stuff like this. My own dog does it. I've caught him doing it. But, you know, black cat is on your side. You know, I also get the sense that you guys might want to use black cat oil, black cat incense, black cat candles for spell work. Because it is very protective. It's very good luck. It's lucky, you know, depending on what you're using it for. And then you will receive news from afar. I get the sense, you know, you could be getting some news in regards. You get the green light to move forward with the project. For somebody specific here, that is the message I'm getting. For somebody else, it could have something to do with schooling. All right. So let's take a look at the meaning for black cat here, which I know is not a bad thing. Okay, you definitely, remember how I said you have angels protecting you and stuff? Well, black cat is definitely one of these protective kind of spirits. So this kitty is a generous spirit. She sees everything and is here to warn you of what's coming up. She brings good luck and is a diffuser of negative energy and misfortune. And I straight up feel like some of you guys could actually have a brush with, I'm just gonna say it, with death, Nothing bad is going to happen to you, but it's going to make you realize, holy shit. And at that moment, you're going to realize, fuck, I have luck on my side. I am definitely protected. And, you know, your ancestors got your back. Your angels are covering your booty. And, you know, this could have to do with like while you're going to avoid some kind of mishap or something like this too, that is going to save your ass. And you're going to be like, well, shit, man, I'm glad I took that alternate route or something like that. You know, there's going to be something like this that could occur for somebody here who's watching this, where it's like, you're going to realize at that moment how protected you really are. And it's going to become very obvious and very evident. It's going to come through hard, because remember, this is the time of year where that becomes more evident anyway. And it's like that veil is thin. So it's easier to communicate with the other side, various realms, dimensions, etc., etc. So we have the caduceus here. Let's take a look at the caduceus. I don't know where the hell that is in this book. I think right here. Okay. So it's part of the treasury. So caduceus, as you can see, there's Mercury at the top right there. You know, like I said, Hermes. And by the way, that's a psychopomp, okay? Hermes, Mercury, psychopomp, you know, a deity that can travel, messenger of the gods, from not only just the underworld to the human realm and up to Mount Olympus. You know, he's the all-around guy. He gets around. He's a fucking excellent communicator. Communication is going to be very important at this time as well. The caduceus is the symbol of the herald and sign of the healer. Expect good news from afar. A healing process has begun. So maybe you've had something like a brush with death, or a relative or somebody close to you has had a brush with death. They're on the mend. Everything's going to be okay. So for those of you who are worried about that, or like maybe you've been having some health issues or something like this, you're going to be fine as long as you take good care of yourself, you eat right, and you really do everything that is recommended to you to heal. Also, for some of you, please get a second opinion from a different doctor. If you feel funny or you feel off, do not think that you have no choice in this or no say in this, okay? Some of you might even have to travel to somewhere else to get a second opinion. And then when this happens, good news will come to you from afar. This will be the case here, okay? So really interesting message coming through here. But again, this person, they're like, and this Knight of Pentacles person could actually be a healer of some kind, that could be coming in to help you through a difficult situation or a rough time, or just like they're a beautiful friend and they have beautiful energy, and they're coming through to help you heal your heart. This could even if you guys don't have anything like this could be shit from a past life that you are holding on to and you're carrying. Look up and read about the 7-generation rule, honey, because that's no bullshit. It is, from my experience and what I've witnessed over the years, it is so very true. I'm dealing with this whole situation, watching it happen within my own family. And I know that part of my mission and what I'm here to do in this lifetime is to break that cycle and break that chain. And maybe that's the case for you guys as well. I do have to mention, with Knight of Pentacles, this also talks about when we're dealing with like career stuff. This could have anything to do with anything like routine-oriented work where you're doing something over and over again. Anything having to do with the business sector of things, and also feeling the need for change. And that is very, very evident in here because we have the Death card. And what comes after Scorpio? Sagittarius. And often you will hear astrologers talk about how Scorpio season can be heavy and broody and the energy is so dark and thick and blah, blah, blah. It's that dark night of the soul kind of energy. It is very potent and powerful because, of course, Scorpio is Mars ruled, as well as Pluto. Pluto's the modern ruler, but it was originally always Mars. So it is the deeper, danker side of Mars energy, not Aries, where it's just like, here we go, yeah, woo, like charge, this is more like dank. And so what follows after it is Sagittarius, which is an expansion because it's Jupiter ruled, and it's like, like relief and, delving more into the spiritual side of things, questioning. It's like it feels like a weight is lifted. And I get the sense that that is what is happening here. Okay. 100%. Okay. I mean, seriously, needing for change, it's going to happen. And it's going to be, I think, a positive one at that. So anyway, that's it. That's all I have for this group. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss a video from me. Make sure to head over to my Patreon and check out, I have hundreds of posts on there, tons of readings, articles, you name it, it's over there. Come have a look. So thank you for being with me, and I'll catch you next time. For those of you who chose group 2 with the Moon tarot card pin here, this is going to be your reading. I thought that was appropriate using this deck because it's got the moon depicted on it. Let's see what energies await here, what prominent energy awaits. And the prominent energy is the Judgment card. We have Pluto energy at play here. And I gotta say, in October, Pluto moves into Aquarius and stays there. I mean, it's been flip-flopping. It's, I think it's in retrograde right now as we speak. And it's going to do that, like just barely into Capricorn, and then it permanently stays in Aquarius for the next 22 years, I believe, in Aquarius. But this is Pluto energy is going to be on the forefront. This is about change. This is about going deep, going within. Okay, this is going to be the focus and the whole energy surrounding. And this makes sense because it's perfect energy for this time of year, because that's what we do. We're supposed to go within. We plan for our future. We communicate with ancestors. We celebrate our ancestors. We set up altars for them or whatever, and, leave them offerings, communicate with them, whatever. We prepare ourselves for change because we're moving into the winter season and everything lies dormant. It goes, quiet. Well, where I used to live, there used to be snow. We haven't really had any winter in a few years, which is sad. I miss it. Persephone goes down to hang out with her man, for a few months before she returns up to the top side. So this is definitely the focus here, where we're definitely going on an inward journey here. What do we have happening in the cards? Oh my God, look at this. We have Mercury energy with the Magician. We have the Death card again. Scorpio energy at work here. Holy shit. We have the Seven of Wands and we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is so crazy because this energy came out in group 1. You guys might want to check out group 1 too. If you didn't, you might want to look at it. If you feel like, I don't need to look at it, then don't. But I'm just saying this energy was there too. This almost feels like this is the continuation of group 1, and then we have that Jupiter energy, which is crazy because literally all this energy was in group 1 too. This is fucking weird, okay? But we have the stars. A long journey brings rewards. In first group 1, there's something that occurs. And now I do feel like this is the continuation. So a long journey brings rewards from the news and we have tricks. Holy shit. Your mind could be playing tricks on you at this time. I get the sense, or you're thinking that. For some of you, and I know certain personality types and archetypes will like second guess a lot of things, or they're very neophyte-like when it comes to being very stubborn when it comes to thinking outside the box. So a lot of people could just be very judgmental about a certain situation and think that it's a trick or something like this. But the whole key to this is communication. So I see there's some heavy communication happening here, which is going to in turn bring this long journey. And it's going to literally, it's written in the stars that this is supposed to happen. So don't think that it's, somebody's playing a trick on you. It's more like the person who's going to be playing tricks on themselves is you to yourself. So be careful of that. But we see a great change. There's heavy communication happening here because we have Mercury energy and we have Jupiter. There's an expansion of communication that's bringing about a great transformation. It's going to feel maybe uncomfortable at first because we have that Seven of Wands, but the Seven of Wands also reminds me of like taking action and really making shit go, going forward with plans and stuff. It's a very active, very powerful kind of energy. You guys, some of you could be getting some kind of word that you're getting a teaching position, that you're going to be lecturing, or you're going to be attending a lecturing. The Seven of Wands often has to do with some sort of communication or writing, being put into a management position. You could be getting some word, or maybe you're going to be working for somebody here, like literally for a politician, or maybe some of you are considering going into politics. And then also this could indicate defensive jobs, like, where you're doing something for the Department of Defense or something like this, or all of the above. Like, it's going to have something to do with this. Whenever we have the Wheel of Fortune, like I said, this is Jupiter energy. There's going to be a big, big expansion and a big change, a big transformation. And some of you could even be getting word that you're going to be taking up study and going somewhere else to study. The Magician often talks about like a lot of computer work, or computer, just working in computers, the internet, definitely like working, like communication. You could be a reporter or working on, a campaign with a politician or something, even for somebody here. While we have the Death card here. And what's crazy is the Jupiter card, the Wheel of Fortune, talks about public speaking. This is fucking wild. Somebody's going to be writing some speeches for somebody here. This also talks about sudden pop-up shops, anything having to do with like starting up a business or even opening a restaurant. It always has to do with like the initial stages of putting something together, any kind of business. Investing long term, okay? With the Death card, it's funny because this is talking about defensive jobs, and often this talks about the military jobs, and that makes a lot of sense because straight up we have Pluto energy, and this is Scorpio, and Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto, and Mars is of course the god of war. So anybody who is, maybe some of you could be joining the military, or you're going to be taking some bonus within the military that's going to send you overseas, and you're going to be getting like a $35,000 bonus or something for filling a certain billet or something like this. Definitely army work, like anything dealing with the armies could be with that. You guys can be consulting with a financial advisor, or actually becoming, like going to school to become some kind of financial advisor, maybe even a stockbroker, because that's Scorpio energy, man. That's the 8th house. This is dealing with other people's money, being an investment banker. Anything having to do with, funeral directors, anything from that to financial advisors, being, going to university to study to become like a sex therapist even, which you definitely should go to school for that, most definitely, and actually experience it to know what the hell you're talking about, Reminds me of Good Will Hunting. It's like there's all theory, but then there's actually taking action, which this is very action oriented that I'm seeing here. In order to learn a specific trade or a field, or to become some kind of counselor or educator, you've got to actually participate in the practice of like understanding how this works by actually taking action and doing it yourself. It's all fine and dandy. You can read until you're blue in the face in books, and being book smart about something is fine. But you have to actually apply the knowledge and know what the fuck you're doing, and you don't really know until you've actually tried it or been there yourself, straight up. Like people who try to tell you how to raise your child, like that would be like somebody trying to be a child, psychologist or whatever, trying to tell parents how to raise their kids and what they should do with their children when they don't even have any themselves. They need to shut the fuck up and sit down, okay? Till you've been there and you know what it's like yourself and you've experienced it, you don't know shit. And it's like, you have all these expectations and you think certain things and theories would work, but then when you're actually in the field and you're actually doing it, or you're actually doing the thing, surprise, surprise, it's not what you think, okay? Those are the best teachers, the best lecturers, the best educators, the best advisors are the ones who've actually done it themselves. They've been there, done that, took part in it, know what it feels like, know the ups and downs of things. Those are the people you want to trust. Anybody who hasn't done that, fuck that, run. Okay, so I definitely am feeling this kind of vibe with this group. Now, again, and also this is kind of interesting because this is Jupiter energy, and this is very 9th and 12th house, okay, because Jupiter rules Sagittarius and Pisces. Yes, folks, Jupiter's the original ruler of Pisces. And this is higher education. Okay. There's a need for that. Like you guys, if you guys are applying for something, I see it happening. You're going to be expanding your knowledge, most definitely. And it's going to take you on a long journey. Now, this is the card that's interesting. Let's take a look at tricks. So I'm going to take a look at that one first and see what it says. The threat of a prank if you don't give someone what they want. A childish action. Reacting from emotion. A situation intended to outwit or deceive. Wow. I feel like you reap what you sow. Here comes judgment day, honey. Like straight up, you reap what you sow. Remember, if you have ever done anything, or if somebody has ever done something to you where they intended to outwit or deceive you, they will get their comeuppance, whether it's you or them. What goes around comes around, straight up. Again, something else I've freaking witnessed throughout life. This is why I like to keep my fucking nose out of shit and my nose clean when it comes to shit, because I don't want no part of that fucking life. I've been here a fucking bunch of times before in different lives. Fuck Earth. You know what I mean? I get it. I know what happens. Don't do it. Listen, heed my advice. Stay out of gossip. Stay out of intrigues. Don't be a shady motherfucker. Period. Or else it will come back to bite you in the ass one way or another. You always will get what you deserve. Okay? And saying that being said, you guys could be dealing with somebody where this situation comes up. Okay? Like straight up, there could be you could have been, you have this goal for yourself that you're trying to do something and you're trying to achieve something. You might even be dealing with someone within your field who is a shady fucker who will try to deceive you or trick you out of following your dream, what you're supposed to be doing. But guess what? They're going to fucking fail. And you need to be aware. You need to be a smart cookie and not listen to their fucking blasphemous bullshit. All right. A threat of a prank if you don't give someone what they want. Yeah, fuck you. You know what? It's like, go ahead, make my day. That's what you should say. Go ahead, make my day. Go ahead, bring it on. You gonna run your mouth? Why don't you say that shit to my face? Okay? I feel like this is like, you were meant to do something big, and there could be people along your way who will try to shit on your shine. Don't let them, okay? But do remember, take the high road, okay? Always defend yourself. Stand up for yourself. Know your self-worth and stuff like this. And you can handle things with a very classy, very succinct, articulate way of, to communicate in which to handle this situation that will make you come out smelling like a rose and make them look like crazy-ass batshit, okay? So, All right, let's take a look at the stars here, okay? Now, where is that in here? Bear with me, guys. Here we go. Jesus, this font is shit. The stars represent a voyage that spans a great distance. They may also indicate a separation or a possible reunion. Your dream will become reality. A journey brings rewards. Yes, guys. Fuck yeah. See, somebody could be trying to trick you out of your opportunity. Don't fucking let it, because you were meant for this. And I do feel like the solar eclipse, the total solar eclipse that we had here recently in Aries, conjuncting the North Node, actually set this in motion. And this is so interesting because Jupiter is traveling through Gemini right now. And Gemini, of course, is ruled by Mercury. And so the communication, where's your Gemini at, you guys? If you have Gemini on the 9th house or the 12th house, oh shit, this is definitely for you. You know, straight up, you know, you're very Mercury ruled. And, you know, that is literally just verification that this, especially for those of you who will be traveling distance for career opportunities or expansion of knowledge, okay? You should definitely go, because it's going to be something that it's irreplaceable. It's something that is so, I don't know, like the energy that I'm feeling right now, especially at my heart center, is so beautiful. It's you're going to become like a butterfly, basically. Like you're going to transform. You're going to become so strong and glorious, okay, because of this opportunity to expand your horizons, expanding your knowledge. Getting outside of your comfort zone is really going to have you coming into your own. And people aren't even going to recognize you, man. You're hearing the call. The trumpets are sounding for you to get on it and move forward with your plans. It's written in the stars. It's your destiny, you guys. Seriously. So look into that right now. Get going. Keep going. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I'm seeing for this group. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to see more readings by me, I have hundreds over on my Patreon. You can find the link to that in the drop down box below. Thank you guys for being with me, and I'll catch you next time. Okay, for those of you who chose a group through with our group 3, sorry, group through. Yes, I'm almost through. Group 3 with the Dragonfly. This is your reading, the Dragonfly Witch. What is the prominent energy coming up for you guys? And we have the Tower. Wow, sudden epiphanies, sudden downloads, shaking of your core, sudden realizations, redoing things, like completely tearing something down and starting from the beginning. I feel like you guys are going to have a lot of energy, very action oriented. Your libido might be lit as hell right now. I mean, just like fired up. Here we go. Watch out for being too volatile though, and like starting arguments or, you know, fighting with people, you know, about something. This could be kind of like a bitchy time for you too. So you might want to dial it back and take a breath before you confront someone or deal with a situation. You might need to step out of the room, go away for a while, and, you know, take a breath. Because again, Mars energy, okay? Think about it, the god of war. That's what this is. But it is like sudden changes. And, you know, I honestly, I don't know. I feel like, so, oh my God. Well, here we go. We have the 2 of Pumpkins, which is the 2 of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Ghosts, which is the Queen of Cups. We have the Ace of Wands, or the Ace of Imps here. And then we have the 2 of Ghosts, which is the 2 of Cups. Okay, sudden change, the sudden change. I feel like it could be, you're going to be multitasking and you're going to be really busy at this particular time, but there's going to be a sudden download, sudden like psychic premonition. You're going to have a really freaking vivid dream, or straight up a, you know, guide or an angel or some passed on ancestor is going to appear to you. Straight up. They're going to be giving you a message, and they're saying to you, guess what? You have a new beginning headed your way, and we have a partnership happening here. Love partnership at that. Brand new. It's very spiritually, you know, spiritually connected. You can maybe feel it before it happens. Again, this is a imp, so it's fire energy. And then we have Mars as the overall, like sudden, again, libido. You could be meeting someone and they're gonna like light your fire, baby. You know, like Jim Morrison. Come on, baby, light my fire. You know, hardcore. We do have hindrance. Fate has blocked this path for you, and we have protection. Wow. Okay. Here's what I'm seeing, because this is all really positive. And then we have this and these. I think that you guys might actually be sowing your royal oats, okay, so to speak. You could even be juggling people and dating a lot of people, but I get the sense, and if you are dating right now and you are like keeping your options open, which is nothing wrong with that. It's actually very intelligent to do, because you want to make sure you're with the right person before you commit long term. Okay. You don't want to be with a fuckboy or a fuck girl, whatever. You know, you don't want to be with somebody who's a piece of shit. We want to pick a quality person to be our partner who is going to respect us, and, you know, they know their own worth and their own, you know, sense of self-respect and stuff like this themselves. So it's really important that you have that as well. But there could also be, like, I get the sense that there's going to be, like, you know, you're trying on different hats, so to speak. Okay. And then you're going to realize that one of the people that you're seeing, or the person, maybe you're just seeing one person that you're seeing, you think that they're possibly the one. Not so. Here comes along someone much better for you. So this is why the fate has blocked this path for you. Maybe something is not working out with one particular person. That's because there's someone better coming your way. And you are the whole reason why the universe has intervened. Basically, the gods have intervened and said, no way. Okay. And maybe you're like a little bit dramatic about it at first, but then you're going to realize, God, I dodged that bullet, didn't I? Because you're being protected. You definitely have angelic angel-like, maybe even fae energy around you that is covering your ass at this particular time. They're protecting you from something that is not for you, because again, there's something really good for you instead. Okay. And it's going to be this sudden epiphany. And like I said, for those of you who are like seeing more than one person, something is going to occur that is going to literally shut you down and block out those other people and put this other person on a pedestal. Straight up, they could be heavy Scorpio energy or heavy Aries energy even, because, you know, we got the Mars card here. I'm almost feeling more like they have either a Scorpio sun or a Scorpio rising maybe, or they could have a combination of Aries and Scorpio going on. Definitely there's water sign energy here. And look at it's so crazy because the hindrance card, she's like a total fall fairy. It's very beautiful. And I feel like there's going to be something that's blocked, or you're going to block somebody straight up because you're not going to fall, get it, for their bullshit anymore. And it's because, you know, like this message, these downloads that are going to be coming to you is literally putting the brakes on the people that are toxic and no good for you. If you've had struggles in the past and you've been actively dating and you just keep running into fuckheads, you know, and it's just been really bad or whatever, that's because you haven't been listening and you haven't been paying close attention to the red flags. The commonality with somebody like this who keeps getting into relationships and they never work out and they're always bad, the commonality is you. And maybe you're going to realize this. There's your sudden epiphany and you're like, holy shit. And you're going to connect the dots and you're going to realize the reason why I keep doing this is because of me. What the fuck am I thinking? You know, and it's because you're not listening. Okay. You're not trusting your intuition. You're not seeing the red flags and you're not believing in yourself enough. Maybe you haven't gotten your self-worth yet. Okay. But now you're going to, I get the sense. I mean, this is like the Two of Ghosts and the Queen of Ghosts. I mean, straight up, this is like intuitively know that there's the right person out there for you and they are coming, because we have the Ace, brand new beginning, the pure element of fire, of passion, of, you know, love, lust. Okay. And like I always say, all relationships start out with lust. Okay. It's always the lust. It's that chemical reaction when you come across a person that you're attracted to because you guys got the right pheromones for each other. It's always lust that is going to attract you to another person first and foremost. After a few weeks, if you guys are still mad about each other and it just keeps growing stronger from there, that's love. Okay? Straight up. I'm a firm believer in, I don't believe in love at first sight. I'm just going to be honest with you. I just don't. Okay. Maybe some rare freaking Hollywood instance for somebody out there that could happen, but it's more like it's just less. Like if you're going to talk actual chemistry and chemicals and biochemistry, you know, whatever, it's going to start with the chemicals and the pheromones in your body first. And it is that lust that happens here. There's nothing wrong with it either. That's to ensure procreation of the race, okay? Of the human race. That's just what you do, okay? But then love is something that develops over time, okay? And it stays and it gets stronger. And that's why like certain relationships after, you know, what is it, 9.5 weeks or whatever, if you're still with somebody and it's still going strong, hey, there's something to this possibly. But on average, you know, around like that time is that or less is how long a relationship will last, especially if it's just for sex or it's not meant to last, you know. That's just the honest to God's truth. So, yeah, this feels like something longer term, okay? But there is somebody looking out for you, this energy, this protection that is going to block some shit. Because again, you have spirits, angels, guides, ancestors around you who are trying to keep you safe. Because straight up, maybe you're going to freaking dodge somebody who's fucking very abusive. That's what wants to come through right now. So anyway, let's take a look at the protection card and see what it has to say. Guarding or watching over others. Protect your own energy from being depleted. Sheltering those you love from harm. Damn. I mean, somebody here, I mean, or maybe more than one of you, could be even witnessing this with like someone you love, like a sister or a brother. That could be, you could be witnessing this happening. Maybe you find out something about their perspective, significant other or whatever is a total hoe bag. And you find that out and maybe you drop the bomb and you let them know and then you end up proving it and then they're like, you know, but you're like protecting their ass and they're very grateful to you for that. Oftentimes it's like, that's a slippery slope. It's like you always, should I get involved? Should I stay out of this? What? But what would you want your loved ones to do if they found out that somebody you were with was totally fucking around on you? Would you want to know? Or would you want to walk around and be dumb? Okay? And be ignorant. I would fucking want to know because I would want to fucking unload the motherfucker because I would want to be with somebody who is worthy of me. Okay? Because that person, somebody who does that is not worthy of you. They're not worthy of your love. They're not worthy of your respect because clearly they do not respect you. So unload them, move on. Okay? And like I said, this could be happening for you or someone close to you, which is common in tarot readings. Like, it's not always just directly about you. It could be about someone close to you or in your circle of friends or your family that this could be occurring. You will be witness or a party to, okay? So with the hindrance card, let's take a look at this one. This is interesting. Where is this one? Bear with me, guys. Okay. God. All right, hindrance. All right, here we go. Oh, it's a woodland fairy. Beautiful. I love that. It's very musha. So, hindrance. This woodland fairy presents an unavoidable delay. However, this is merely a temporary setback. Try another approach to attain your goal. View the problem from a different perspective to find an alternate solution. Yeah, and this could be like, if you're having troubles communicating and you're like trying to, I don't know. I honestly feel like this is having more to do with like blocking, you know, maybe for some of you that message came through and it really ding, 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 and it hit the nail on the head. But I feel like fate has blocked this path for you. It's more about protecting you from people who are no good for you. That is what I feel. That's my intuition. I always read the messages with oracle cards. Sometimes I don't, but with this, in this case, I just like, if I feel like I need to read it, I will read it because there's a message there that somebody needs to hear. But I do feel like you are definitely being protected. And it's very interesting because we have the black kitties there with the witch and she's watching outside the window. There is, it looks like 3 females at a table. I don't know if they're bobbing for apples in there or what, but you guys are being protected and definitely watched over. And I feel like it's definitely by female energy, okay? So for some of you, if you have somebody, a close relative that you love and you care about who has passed on to the other side of the veil, could even be somebody who is very close to you and near and dear, you know, to your heart in a past life, who is definitely looking out for you. This is what's meant to happen. You, like I said, there could be some trying stuff that happens, but all in all, this is not a bad tarot spread right here. You know, lots of, I feel like you guys are going to be really busy in the future here. But anything you need to remember, and I feel like this is what your guides, your angels and stuff want you to know, is if something is blocked for you, or if you keep trying to make something happen and it's not happening for you, that's because you're being protected. Please don't just go with the flow in this situation. And by the way, going with the flow is one of the traits and the habits of the happiest people on earth, is learning how to, you know when to hold them, know when to fold them, okay? And going with the flow and not fighting to try to force something to happen, which is very Mars energy. That shouldn't happen here. You're being protected in this case. There's something so much better for you, a partnership, a relationship, a love interest who's much better for you than you could ever imagine. So if you're trying to make it work with somebody who's not respecting you, who is a complete waste of time, just throw in the towel. Enough is enough. You're better than that. Move on. Okay? Because what is waiting for you is so much better. And I got to tell you from experience throughout my lifetime, every single like relationship I got into where it's like, you know, I parted ways with someone, I would be all, you know, distraught and sad and stuff, like everybody is usually. Sometimes I was like, fucking thank God. But when I was like bummed, it's like you go through this thing where, oh, will I ever find it again? Will I ever find someone special again, or whatever, blah, blah. And then you think for a moment, in a brief moment, oh, it'll never happen. But then the next person that comes along is a better, like, upgrade. You know what I mean? That is if you pay attention and you listen to your intuition and you learn your fucking lessons from what went wrong in the previous relationship. If you're one of those kind of people who keeps trying to make something happen and it keeps, like I said, the commonality is you, okay? There's something you need to change about yourself if you want a different result. So in this case, you need to go deep within, figure that out. And I do feel like there's going to be epiphany moments with figuring this out. So really, really interesting, very spiritual connection coming your way. Again, your guides, angels, ancestor, especially this feminine energy is trying to show you this. They're trying to show you the way. You could even have a special friend in your life who is a female, who is definitely this queen of ghosts. She's a caregiver. She's nurturing. She's loving. She's even psychic. Okay. She could be a counselor, even a therapist. Maybe for some of you, it would be good to get some therapy, talk it off, get it off your chest. And through this process, there's a lot of epiphanies and a lot of healing that takes place. And then here comes that special someone, okay? But remember, what is not meant for you will not be meant for you. Your path will be blocked and you're being protected, okay? Always look at it that way and life will never disappoint you. I'm serious, okay? Keep going. Keep fucking searching for yourself. I feel like life is not just a journey about seeing what's out there. It's about seeing what's inside. And this is part of your path, is really learning and seeing what's inside you and what you have, and the true inner power and strength of who you are, and bringing it out and letting it out. And really, I feel like many of you are very nurturing and loving, and you have a lot of love to give. And you have to understand that not everyone that comes across your path is, I hate to say it, is deserving of that. Give it to the people who, you know, you can love people and you can care about them, but you don't become a doormat. You know what I mean? In this case, give your heart to people who give their heart to you and are worthy of you just as you are of them. Okay? Don't waste your time on people who string you along and only give you half. You need the whole enchilada. All right? Not just when it's convenient. Okay? And that means that goes for friends and lovers. Remember that. Okay? Yeah. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I'm seeing for this reading. If you'd like to see more readings by me, head over to my Patreon. I have hundreds of posts over there, articles, tarot readings, you name it, it's over there. Link to that's in the drop down box below. Thank you guys for being with me, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.